You ever take a good, long look at a Basset Hound? Seriously, that breed looks like it was designed by a committee. You know what I mean? Like some cosmic being put them together on a Friday afternoon when everyone was clocking out early, and they just threw a bunch of spare parts onto a dog template and called it a day. Let's start with the obvious, the ears. What's going on with those things? Basset Hounds have ears so long, they could double as a scarf in the winter. These dogs don't just have ears, they have parachutes attached to the side of their heads. If there's ever a breeze, the Basset Hound is basically airborne. It's like the dog can't even hear you most of the time because its own ears are muffling the sound. You call a Basset Hound, and it just looks up at you like, "What? Did you say something? I've got 2 blankets of flesh wrapped around my face. I didn't catch that." And the droopy face? Oh man, the droopy face. Every Basset Hound looks like it just heard the worst news of its life. Constantly. It's like they were all born during a rainstorm. The eyes, the jowls, the whole expression. Pure sadness. You look at a Basset Hound, and you feel like you need to sit them down and ask, "Buddy, what's wrong? Who hurt you? Why do you look like you've been through a war, lost all your money, and just found out your favorite restaurant closed?" The body design. And what's with their body design? They've got these short little legs that look like they've been stunted on purpose. A Basset Hound is a paradox. Its body is built like a limousine, but its legs are those of a toddler. They're practically dragging their belly on the ground while trying to waddle around like it's a casual Sunday stroll. I swear, if a Basset Hound runs through wet grass, it's probably getting soaked up to its neck. They're one step away from needing a snorkel just to walk through a field. And don't even get me started on their gait. The way they walk, it's like they're the slowest animals on Earth, but they're not in any hurry to change that. They just shuffle along like they're contemplating the mysteries of the universe. You ever watch a Basset Hound cross a room? It's like watching someone move in slow motion. They're not in a rush, but then again, why should they be? They've got all the time in the world. I'll get to that food bowl when I get to it, man. I'm pacing myself. The nose now. Let's talk about their nose. Basset Hounds are known for their incredible sense of smell. And when I say incredible, I mean these dogs can smell a steak grilling 3 towns over. Their noses are so sensitive, they practically live in another dimension, a dimension of sense. They're constantly sniffing around like they're following some invisible treasure maps only they can see. But here's the kicker. They're so slow that by the time they figure out where the scent leads, whatever they were tracking is long gone. A Basset Hound might pick up the scent of a squirrel, get all excited, and then 3 hours later is still trying to figure out which tree it ran up. Meanwhile, the squirrel has moved on, gotten married, raised a family, and is now retired in Florida. The funny thing is, they're actually great hunting dogs. If the game they're tracking is equally slow and willing to hang around for a while, if you're hunting turtles, sloths, or perhaps a very patient deer, the Basset Hound's your guy. Anything else, and that animal's probably already in another county before your dog's even figured out it needs to turn left. The voice. Now, the Basset Hound doesn't bark, it howls. They make this deep, mournful sound that could wake the dead. It's like they're calling out to their ancestors or something. You hear that howl and you think, what? Is there a ghost? Is there a wolf pack coming? Are we all about to die? They're not barking to alert you of an intruder either. Oh no, this howl is more like a dramatic reading of a sad poem. It's less of a, hey, there's someone at the door, and more of a, woe is me, life is pain, bring me a treat, human, to soothe my aching soul. And the best part? They don't just howl when they're upset or scared, they howl for anything. You walk into the room, they howl. You leave the door of the room, they howl. You change the TV channel, they howl. It's like they've taken it upon themselves to narrate every single mundane event in their lives with the gravitas of a Shakespearean actor. Hark! A car passes by the window. Let us mourn the fleeting nature of its existence. The stubbornness. Here's the thing no one tells you about Basset Hounds. They're stubborn. They have the personality of that old man down the street who refuses to get out of his recliner even though his house is on fire. You try to get a Basset Hound to do something it doesn't want to do, and you're in for a battle of wills. And spoiler alert, you're not going to win. You ever try to take a Basset Hound for a walk? Yeah, good luck with that. You think you're going for a walk, but the dog has other ideas. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna lie down right here in the middle of the sidewalk. Yeah, that's right. I'm done. You go on ahead. I'll catch up. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just take a nap right here. It's a free country after all. And don't even think about calling them. You can call a Basset Hound all day long, and it'll just stare at you like, oh, are you talking to me? That's cute. I'm going to keep doing my thing, though. You keep yelling if it makes you feel better. The loyalty. But for all their stubbornness, their slow speed, and their tragic faces, Basset Hounds are loyal to a fault. They may look like they're always on the verge of giving up on life, but they'll never give up on you. They'll follow you around, wagging that slow, lazy tail of theirs, always ready to be your companion, even if they do it at their own pace. There's something heartwarming about the way a Basset Hound just plops down next to you, sighs heavily like it's carrying the weight of the world, and then leans its big, floppy head on your leg. It's like, yeah, life is tough, and I don't move fast, but I'm here for you. Let's take it slow together. And that's the beauty of a Basset Hound, isn't it? They remind us that maybe we're all moving too fast. Maybe life isn't about getting to the next thing as quickly as possible. Maybe sometimes it's okay to stop and smell the roses, or in the Basset Hound's case, the 4 million different smells on the ground that only they can detect. So yeah, Basset Hounds, they're like that wise old man who's seen it all, done it all, and now just wants to take it slow and enjoy the little things. They're not in a rush, they're not trying to impress anybody, and they're certainly not going to change just because the world wants them to. They're here to remind us that life is better when you take it easy. Sniff the air and maybe howl at the moon every once in a while. So next time you see a Basset Hound waddling along, dragging its ears through the dirt, looking like it's pondering the meaning of life, just remember, that dog's got it all figured out. It's not lazy, it's not slow, it's enlightened. And if you can't keep up, that's your problem, not theirs.